the snowy guardian of Kayseri. Wow, Denise, it's even bigger than I imagined, whispered Zeynep as their train pulled into Kayseri. Right outside the window, reaching into the clouds, stood a giant, snowy friend. Mount Erciyes, this ancient volcano, watched over everything. Denise, Zeynep's older cousin, smiled. Welcome to the heart of Anatolia, Zeynep. Ready for our adventure? Their first stop was the mountain itself. Erciyes is nearly 4,000 meters high and famous for winter sports. Zeynep put on her skis. A volcano that lets you ski? That is the coolest history lesson ever, she laughed as Denise helped strap her boots tight. It's been dormant for a very long time, Denise explained, and it gives us the best powder snow. Later that day, they drove down to the city center. The massive mountain view started to be framed by ancient walls. Look, Zeynep. That's Kayseri Castle, Denise pointed out. It has stood here since Roman times, watching merchants and armies pass by. Zeynep felt like she was stepping into a knight's storybook. Inside the castle walls, history felt alive. They wandered out into the winding streets of the Kapalı Çarşı, the Grand Bazaar. Zeynep loved the sounds and smells, spices, leather, and bright carpets stacked high. Denise showed her the famous local delicacy hanging up. Kayseri is famous for this. It's called pastırma, spiced cured beef. All this history and shopping has made me hungry, Zeynep declared. Denise knew exactly what to order. It's time for manti. Kayseri is world famous for these tiny dumplings. They sat at a busy restaurant table, and Zeynep carefully spooned the tiny pasta pillows covered in yogurt and butter sauce into her mouth. After lunch, they visited the magnificent Hunat Mosque complex, built in the 13th century during the Seljuk period. Kayseri was an important Seljuk capital, Denise whispered, as they admired the beautiful stonework. They built schools, baths, and places of worship all in one place. Zeynep gasped at the tall, detailed minaret, reaching toward the sky. Next, they went to a place that used to be a very special kind of school, the Gever Nasibe Hospital and Museum. Did you know this was one of the first organized medical schools in the world? Denise asked. It was built over 800 years ago by the Seljuk Sultan for his sister, Gever Nasibe. Zeynep traced the ancient Arabic script carved into a stone plaque. So many smart people have lived here, she thought. Denise explained that because Kayseri was on the Silk Road, it was always a meeting place for scholars, travelers, and merchants, long before Turkey was even called Turkey. Before leaving, Zeynep wanted one last look at Erciyes from the city. They visited a park where she could see the entire skyline, dominated by the majestic mountain. Thank you for showing me how much history and beauty is packed into one city, Zeynep told Denise, holding a small souvenir carpet she bought at the bazaar. Kayseri was a city of snowy peaks, delicious dumplings, and stories carved in stone. Zeynep knew she would never forget the place where a castle and a volcano stood side by side, sharing a rich, incredible history. Until next time, Kayseri, she waved as their train began to move.